Guys,
Okay.
switch your cameras on, please, especially if you are in such a nice place as Samantha and Mark and Josie and Georgina and Bev. I'm super jealous, super jealous. Just, yeah, all right. You guys are look amazing. Sorry, Mari Carmen, over to you.
Yes, okay. No, well, actually, hi everybody. We're going to start today with a beautiful sentence this time around, right, Radmila? And from then, I would like any of you, or a few of you actually, 2 or 3 people, to offer to play a little game with me, a little interview. So start thinking who wants to volunteer for that while Radmila shows us her beautiful sentence. Go ahead,
Yeah,
Radmila.
actually, you can name randomly the guys. Okay, so while I'm showing you the sentence, maybe you want to think of what would you tell a student if they approach you and ask you, so you're an English teacher, right? How much per hour? Just think about that. But also pay attention to my beautiful sentence today. So here it goes. It comes from a philosopher and a cowboy, actually. A very interesting character, this one. So he says, even if you're on the right track, you'll get run over if you just sit there. Opportunity rarely knocks on your door, knock rather on opportunity's door if you ardently wish to enter. So seems a cliche, but I especially love the first part. Even if you're on the right track, you'll get run over if you just sit there. Now, we'll see how that links to today's talk, which has will have to do with where exactly you are sitting. Uh, are you or standing? Are you on the right track? And what are you doing there? Even if you are on the right track, what are your actions? Are you doing anything or you're just sitting? This is the first thing. Then we will link with ChatGPT, obviously, because it's a very interesting learning from it. I don't know if you've made a test. I have, and I'll share my experience with you. But I think that first, let's start with a little bit of context. So, what track are we standing in? Yeah, so what's our track? What's our market? And then I think that we will find out by this very simple role play. Yeah. So Mari Carmen, if you want to take it from here.
Okay, thank you. So basically, let's try and figure out through going through the experience of a small interview. Radmila's, okay, thanks. That way I can see people better. You read my mind.
Yeah.
Okay, so basically what we need to figure out through the reality of going through an actual interview proposition is to distinguish between the different types of business models we can be currently running. Maybe we have done them before, but certainly here what we want is to distinguish them in order for us to position ourselves in one, maybe two, I don't know, whatever suits each person best, right? So if any volunteer for my interview, I'm going to be a student, okay? And I'm looking for a teacher. Who wants to be my teacher? No one? You guys have enough clients? You don't need more? You're making a fortune and you don't need any extra student. Yes, okay. Mark, you're having too much fun with the sun there, wherever you are. I want you to be my teacher. Well, maybe, I'm not sure yet. So, hello, Mark. I saw your ad somewhere. So I'm
Yeah,
looking for English classes.
jolly good. Yes. What level do you have?
Well,
How was
I'm
your?
not sure. I would say maybe a B2 or so.
Okay. And what do you think are your biggest problems with English?
Well, I just need to speak English for multiple reasons, for work, for life. So I really
Okay.
do need, what can you offer me? I'm actually asking a few teachers. You are one, but I want to hear you. What do you offer me?
Well, one thing we can offer is flexibility. I can give you classes if I'm not available to give the classes when you need them. Then my colleagues at Proximity, where I work, will be available. I can offer you classes of half an hour, several times a week, or other times if you want.
But I love your accent. I want you to be my teacher.
Okay, well, let's hope that we have the same availability. I hope I can find a slot for you. Let's see, where do you, I mean, you would be fine having the classes online?
Yes, that's perfect. Nowadays, it's definitely the way. But let me ask you, I would like to have classes at 2 o'clock in the morning.
2 o'clock in the morning. That's a bit tricky. But I do have colleagues who will be available at that time. They live in other parts of the world, so they have a different time zone, and they would be more than willing to teach you.
Okay, but I don't know your colleagues. I know you.
Well, I can vouch for them. We follow the same system. We follow a system based around what you need to learn, and we use big data to analyze what you know and what you don't know and what you need to work on. And my colleagues will be using the same material.
Okay, fine, great. You convinced me. That's fantastic. But how do I have any opportunity to take a look at those classes?
First class is free. Okay. So you know, there's no obligation. You can try first class, and hopefully we'll be away from that. Most people are quite convinced after the first class.
Okay, brilliant, brilliant. You got, yes, I'm definitely trying a class, probably at my best convenience. But okay, let's stop this. And now I'm talking to Mark again. Now you're Mark, okay? You're not my teacher anymore. Why did you propose to me this? Why did you propose this model? This is a business model, definitely. Yes. It's Obscenity. Why did you propose to me this business model as opposed to wanting to work in another platform or wanting, you know, just me on the outside as a client for you?
Well, obviously, there is more probability that, you know, for example, you know, it would be highly unlikely that I personally would be giving classes at 2 a.m. That's something I should have checked whether you meant 2 a.m. or whether you meant 2 o'clock Spanish time. Which 2 o'clock in the morning can be something different depending on who you're talking to. So, did you mean 2 a.m.?
Yes. For the interview, yes, right. And then 2 a.m. Yes, of course. It's not the West. That's right.
So,
okay, so yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, I think there are more possibilities that the class will fit in with the students' availability. I mean, speaking personally, I don't have so many slots. I do obviously have some, but not the popular ones.
Well, yeah. So why do you have some slots? Because we are limited in time, right?
That's it.
We can't work 24 hours.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, they may well want the class when you don't have ability.
Okay, let's stop it there. Thank you very much, Mark. Good job. Let us hear Radmila. She raised her hand, right?
Yes, Mark, if I were to ask you, so I want a class at 11 a.m. 11, yeah, not 2, because, well, 2, the answer is clear there. But at 11 a.m., how much would you charge me?
I mean, I would say 22 euros.
Okay, so that's what you say. What else?
it's a one-to-one class. However, the price would go down if we would be able to, if you would be keen to have an open web class, and then the price is lower.
So
where there are a maximum of 3 students in the class, and often there's more interaction there.
Mm-hmm. So when I ask you about a private class, I want a private class, yeah, not
Right.
to share.
Meaning a one-to-one class.
One-on-one, yes. So how much?
I would say 22.
22. Let's leave it there.
Just
so
the figure in my mind.
Okay, so this is the figure that you have. Let's ask this same question to a different teacher. Yeah, so okay, so just a minute before we move to a different teacher. In one sentence, like a tweet, can you again summarize your value?
Maybe I should have said 25 and then see if they go down to 22.
Okay, so I allow you to change.
Yeah, a higher price, and then they say, can you go any lower? And if they don't, then it's a win-win, and if they do, it goes down to 22.
Okay, 22, 25. Can I try it, Mark? Can I try a class?
First class is free trial class.
Okay, and in again, what I'll get out of it in one sentence very quickly is, you tell me that?
One sentence, what you'll get out of the class. I mean, you'll get a
classes
flavor
with
the
you.
class.
Yeah. So
other classes. Well, I mean, I find that most of my students lose that sense of self-consciousness and nervousness when speaking. You'll gain confidence, you'll gain vocabulary, you'll gain fluency, and you'll hopefully stop thinking in Spanish and start thinking in English. You'll stop translating, you'll be using the language, not filtering it through Spanish, but actually, feeling the language rather than just translating.
Okay. So if, okay, let's ask the same, Mari Carmen, let's ask the same, another teacher. Yeah, this same, we're still deciding what teacher, so same parameters, 11 o'clock, private class, and how much? Who would like to give me their proposition? I'm still looking for a teacher. I have Mark's offer, but I want to know more. Who else is going to make me an offer? Luis, come on, make me an offer. We can't hear you, Luis.
I don't have a good answer for this one. I really don't know what would.
It's not, guys. It's like this is real. I want a teacher. I want to learn English for good, and I have a gap at 11 a.m. How much, Luis?
11 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
20. Okay, let's 24 euros. Sound good?
Yes, Luis, 24. So, and in one word, your proposition, your value proposition in one word or one sentence?
Value proposition. I was high quality at a reasonable price.
Okay, and Sergey, hi, how are you? Can I ask you the same? How much would you charge me at 11 o'clock and your value proposition?
Hi, everybody. I would charge $20. It's probably a little bit less in euros. And my offer would be, like Mark said, that one of the most important things is to create connection, emotional connection with the language. And we would be using storytelling technique that allows us to do this.
Okay. Okay. I like it. I like your answers, I mean. So again, let's ask someone else. Radovan, how about you? What's your value proposition and price?
Hi everyone. So let me just turn on my camera. Okay, so I would offer 20 euros per hour, and my proposition would be lessons tailored towards your needs to help you increase your speaking confidence and fluency.
Okay, Natasha. How much? 11 a.m.
I would offer $20.
Mm-hmm.
And just recommend that it's the best because it's the class and they have access to a free trial class just to see how it works, and it's also affordable, and just mention the efficiency of the class to them.
Okay, Samantha, how much per hour and your value proposition?
I would offer, I'd probably offer about $15.
How much?
15.
15?
I think there is a lot of competition also out there. So I would offer 15 as a one-on-one rate.
Yeah.
And to help excel in English speaking.
Okay.
Whether it be speaking, writing, grammar.
Okay. Perfect.
Yeah.
Alicia, how much? 11 a.m. and your value proposition?
I would say 16 euros, and then I would tell them that there would always be somebody available at 11 a.m. It doesn't matter if it or PM, sorry, or AM, sorry. It doesn't matter if it's me or somebody else in the Auxinity team. So they will always have a lesson. It won't be cancelled. And then I would just tell them about Auxinity and the efficiency that we have, and how Auxinity works, and the free trial that they get before they sign up, just to make sure it's something that they're interested in.
Mm-hmm. Right. Thank you very much. Amy, how about you?
Okay, can you hear me? Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, so I would probably go, let's say, the 22 euros. And a value proposition, I would also tell them about solving efficiency, because we use big data to know exactly what our students need. And if they are interested in lower rates, then I would also mention the open web classes.
And how much that be? How much that would that be?
So the open web classes is 14 euros, but you would be with one or two other students with the same quality, but you'll also be getting exactly what you need, because we are tailoring with big data to exactly what you need.
Guys, have you, okay, so thank you very much, Amy. And okay, so I'm tempted. Chris, hey, can you hear me? If you're there, Chris, and you want to give me your value proposition and price. Otherwise, or Sonia, can you give me your price and value proposition? Sorry, we can't hear you.
Hello, everyone. Oh, Hi, good morning. Nice talking to you. So, but what are you exactly looking for? Could you please?
I want to take a class at 11 a.m.
Yes, you mean, so I'm happy that you have contacted me, and I can offer you as let's say, the best solution, according to the experience that I have with my other students, is that we could do what we call open web classes, and I will give you the opportunity to work with different teachers with different backgrounds, different pronunciations, assuming that you need to work, tell me before what you need English for. Is it for, let's say, work, for?
Yeah, work, but also
Yeah.
I want to just be fluent.
Yes, okay. So my first option, my first offer would be to invite you to try one of our open web classes with one of our teachers, and where you have the opportunity to work with different teachers.
Okay. All right. So, guys, before me deciding for one of you, I have my decision made already. Do you have you made a decision after hearing all the propositions? Anyone? Have you been listening to all the propositions? Yes. So, if you were the student, who would you choose? I don't know. Kirsty, who would you choose?
Hi, I'm sorry, I only just rejoined. My electricity all went off and it cut everything off, my internet off. I only caught some of Mark's and then I just caught the last few words of Sonia that she said,
It's
so I
okay.
didn't catch the rest, I'm sorry.
No worries. It's okay. Barbara, who would you choose? Were you the student? If you were the student?
I mean, it's kind of hard to keep track of all of the offers because I was writing it down. But I would say, let me look at the faces because I don't remember the names, but I remember the face of the person of the offer that I liked the most. I think I liked Amy's one, and I liked Samantha's too. Mark, I would only say he sounded very hesitant a little bit, and that didn't give me very much confidence, but maybe it was because he was the first one. But I was, if I was a student, I would be like, I'm not too sure. Maybe in the end he would have convinced me because he gave me a lot of reasons, but I think I would be in doubt.
Okay. Who else? Georgina, if you were the student, who would you choose?
Shoot. So Amy said something that made me click, but it's the only person who made me click, and the rest, nobody made me click because nobody told me what I was going to get. Nobody told me what I was going to get. Nobody told me what I want, what I need.
Okay. So what would have clicked with you?
If they told me you are going to speak without the need of studying or doing exams, and you're going to speak. This would be the summary of what Mark said. Gain fluency and be security, but you're going to talk.
Sam actually mentioned speaking. That was her keyword.
Oh.
Sam's value proposition was very tempting. So she said, speaking 15 euros. I don't know.
Okay.
That was very tempting. But honestly, truth be told, no one had a value proposition, a wow value proposition, something that I would say, wow, this is what I want. This is it. No one's surprised with the value proposition. Yeah. So when no one surprises with a value proposition, then the only parameter for a student is the price. And right now, well, Amy mentioned 14 if open web classes, but the value proposition that gets closer to what students are thinking was Samantha's. Yeah. So if a student doesn't know you and they click all these, they hear all these things and nothing clicks really with them, then it will be only and only the price. So you guys were started with 25, 24, 22, many 20s, yeah. And then there were two people, Alicia and Sam, who said 15 and 16. And then Alicia said, all right, so classes never get cancelled. That caught my attention. And she said efficiency. So if actually if I were to put everything, all the keywords together, then I would go with Alicia. If I were to put all the keywords together. But again, it wasn't something surprising. It wasn't something striking. It was just the best offer out of everything that I heard. Now, this experiment is exactly what marketplaces do and what marketplaces achieve. So just realize that. Be aware of it. You cannot go that way, because if you go that way, then you are selling one thing only, which is we were pushing you, Mari Carmen and I were pushing you on purpose to that, to what students push you to, private classes. So we push you to that so that you realize that, okay, you are immediately thinking of, I'm going to sell my time at the best price. All of you, no exception. So since Alicia and Sam and Amy, well, she offered an alternative. So Amy knows very well her worth. It's 22. But she also knows that, or she remembered that students may not be able to pay that, so she lowered and offered an alternative. Yeah, open web classes 14. It's 17, but it's fine. But for the rest of you, Alicia and Sam could offer a lower price because they live in a country that allows them to ask for that. You see the difference? So the difference is not, they don't, if I were to compare them with the rest of the teachers, they're absolutely at the same quality standard, etc. But what allows them to lower the price is the place that they live. And this is exactly what happens in marketplaces. Just be aware of it. Be aware of it. We've been talking so much about your uniqueness, your value proposition, and the business model that you are in because of that, because we know we've been looking at the market day in and day out. When it comes to negotiating with students, there are two ways of going about it. Either you go to offer your hours, and then the only negotiation is based on price, or you go and try to impress the client, and then the only negotiation is value proposition, solution. Now, something surprising would be if you were to ask me, okay, Radmila, I want an English teacher. Are you teaching English? I would say yes. How much? The same question. I think that if you are able to remember and you are able to explain someone with the mentality of a client, not our client, that what the client needs is a solution, then you would start the whole conversation in a different way. So now, if you forget that you are offering hours and you focus on getting the client, you would think of them. So you would say, all right, so you want to learn English, right? Yes, I do. Okay, so you can learn alone. You don't need me to learn. This is the first thing that are going to make them listen for more. You don't need me to learn English. There are so many solutions out there to learn English. I'm not necessary. I'm only necessary if you want the solution to be accelerated, to be efficient. In that case, I'm very necessary. Why is that? And now we're going to talk about ChatGPT. Yeah, because so far it wasn't there in the equation. Right now it is. So you tell someone, you don't need me to learn English, but I can accelerate it and I can do it with efficiency at the best price for you, and then it's a different story. You're going to get the client, you're not going to get the hours. So before, in the pre-Friday talk, Georgina was saying she was comparing those who go get the hours as they were offering eggs. So in a basket, you can have 20 eggs. When you run out of eggs, when you've sold all the eggs, then what else is there to sell? Nothing. Now at Oxinity, you can have the chicken itself. That is going to give you as many eggs as you want. So you have to be aware, very much aware, before you say, you explain your rate per hour, what are you talking about? What business model are you applying here? So business models, there are only two. I'll simplify to the maximum business models. We can talk about academies and marketplaces, etc., private, whatever. But eventually, there are two business models. Either you're going to offer hours or you're going to go get clients. End of story, end of the list. If you realize that, the whole thing will change for you. Your communication will change and the outcome will change. So eventually, I get it. I know what you want, guys. You want, probably, if I were you, I would want to be Georgina or Josie or Bev right now. I would want to be sitting there in Bulgaria, about to drink a rakia and having this party, and someone else teaching. This is what
Can I
would
say something?
want.
And I have 4
Yes.
leads. I'm talking to them, so that's the best part. I had to say it, sorry.
Okay, no, that's great. So places where you're only selling hours. These are language schools. These are platforms. These are marketplaces. And it turns out that the majority of you are in the majority of them. So guess what? There are people that are getting the clients and they're buying your hours. This is it. So you have to know that those of you who are in probably more than one person, and those of you who are in several platforms, someone is getting the clients and they're buying the hours from you. Full stop. Yeah, this is one business model. Then we can talk whether they're fair, unfair, expensive, cheap, but if you're in this model, know that the only negotiation is the price. It always be making you lower it, because the clients have the mindset that with the experiment that we just did. They will, if you sound the same, they will go for the cheapest. Full stop. You see, Mark, we don't even care about experience. It's something so important, so acquired with so much effort, and people don't care. If two value propositions sound the same, people won't care. So don't be selling your hours. Don't be selling your hours. Just try to get the client, and you're getting the client with a solution. Try to picture the solution, to draw the solution for them. And the solution is, look, you're not going to, you don't need, you don't need me. If you want to learn English, you have Netflix, you have podcasts, you even have textbooks to learn English. With me, I can accelerate you. I can go for efficiency. So people that mentioned efficiency, Amy did, Alicia did, Natasha did, efficiency, but develop it a little bit more. Tell me what that entails. You see, so that I say, wow, maybe I can learn faster. Sorry, guys. Mari Carmen, over to you.
I just wanted to say the same thing, but from a different approach. If we do follow the business model of, since we're dividing it into where one is will include the private lessons, the academies, and the other platforms, what we're doing is selling hours, and there is a margin that that academy, that platform is going to get. We are limited on hours. We can't work 10 hours a day, especially teaching, okay? And that's the scenario. So it's very predictable. You know, there is a limit and that's what's going to happen. Now, business model 2 could be put in a different way. How many clients do I have to bring? So my rate per hour, so while I'm teaching a student one class, this is how much I want to work, one class a day. Okay, but I want to make 42 euros per hour. Okay, I don't want to work a few hours and get 42. No, I want to work 1 hour and make 42 euros. Well, with Oxinity business model, we have the solution in both ends. First, we have the same efficiency they're going to have the fluency only with the teaching system that accelerates the students' progress, which we can't guarantee with scenario 1. Okay, we accelerated because we have the big data that indicates us that we've been talking about all these past days. Okay, so I'm offering already something more as a teacher that is going to offer other teachers or whatever scenarios, and the price is going to be, it was below any price that's been said before, right? It was 14 euros. It's 14 euros per hour, which no one or practically no one said. Amy mentioned talking about our prices, okay? And the margin is for us teachers. We don't have any academy. We don't have anyone. That's how I make 42 euros per hour, because I work 1 hour and I'm bringing 3 clients that somebody else is teaching, but I'm getting the margin. The teacher is getting 50%. The teacher is getting the price for the teacher per hour, but I'm getting the margin. Now, if Luis does that, I'm going to be teaching his student and he's getting the margin. And if we multiply that per as many teachers as we are, another resultant comes. We choose when to teach. So how many differences are there between business model 1 with academies, platforms, or business model 2 with Oxinity, where my rate per hour, what I make per hour, is directly proportional to the clients I bring, because while I'm teaching, Luis is teaching another client of mine, Mark is teaching another client of mine, and Natasha as well. So I'm making my teaching class 14 euros per hour plus 7 bro from Luis, 7 from Natasha, 7 from Mark. This is what I'm making in 1 hour. At what time? At 11 o'clock. That's when I want to work. It's another way of looking at it. Business, margin 0 for me. I sell hours. I'm in competition. The market goes down, I have to dive in, or I maintain a fair price where efficiency is going to occur, acceleration is going to occur, different actions are going to occur. I get the margin and my colleagues get classes to teach as well. I don't know. An inconvenience. Let's try and find an inconvenience to this. Sorry, Radmila, back to you.
Well, I was you were explaining perfect. It's the perfect explanation. I just wonder up to what extent the guys will be confused with so many numbers, but those of you who have been long enough will not. The guys that or the teachers that have been less in less Friday talks probably, or in fewer, sorry, Friday talks probably will need to understand the concept before. And the concept is eventually, let's make it super simple. So we know that there is a model that is profitable. And this model is in very simple words. If you understand the model, then numbers, as Mari Carmen explained, they are perfect. It's true. What she just explained, it's true. So, but we'll start from simple to more elaborated. So the model that works is the model that doesn't offer hours, but goes and offers solutions for clients. We understand that? Yeah? Yes. Okay. So this model is profitable because if the student understands the solution, then the price is going to be for them. They are going to share it with 1 or 2 more students, which means affordable, surely affordable. Yeah. If they share the price, what we're doing is grouping. So this is a model that works, and this is a model that combines a very good offer, price offer for the student, but above all, very good value proposition. So that's a unique, really different value proposition. Okay, so this negotiation is a win-win. Now, what we offer is something very simple to you, for you. We offer that we share, Oxinity shares this business model with you. So we could go and say, okay, since we have a great profitable business model, we will keep it for ourselves and we'll make money with the margin that Maria Carmen just explained. Yeah, this is what platforms do. Remember, they buy your hours. We could do exactly the same. But what we decided is we're not going to do the same. We're going to share this business model with our teachers, hoping that one day they will understand it. Yeah. Not only this, the margin is for teachers. Mari Carmen just explained, she insisted on the concept of the margin. The margin is for you guys, for the teachers. Oxinity, we keep 8.27 plus VAT, yeah? 8.27. Full stop. This is for us. So this is our margin. So that finding that there is something different to offer to the market, something unique, this can be your salvation. Your salvation today is that someone has a value proposition that sounds different and is offering the business model for you, to you. And why am I talking about salvation? Because there is ChatGPT. If the market wasn't complex enough, now we have ChatGPT. What does it do? Exactly what you said. Exactly at the beginning, exactly what you said. It goes exactly in the same line of thoughts. And why does ChatGPT go exactly in the same line of thoughts? Because this is what people commonly do. This is what teachers commonly do, which means that there are millions of teachers doing exactly the same things. And ChatGPT is very smart and has learned. And now you go and students can type a prompt about, I want to learn English, I want you to act as an English teacher. And ChatGPT will do exactly the same steps as you would take if you were alone. Exactly the same steps. ChatGPT will go with a level test. ChatGPT will suggest reading, writing, listening, and speaking practices. ChatGPT will list in 0.5 seconds all the practices that students need. ChatGPT will be able to talk about anything from nuclear physics to whatever is in students' minds you want. And ChatGPT is for free. It's for free. It only takes a plugin with a voice recognition. Today. So today, ChatGPT can do all these things. Now give him 2 more years. Imagine. I mean, you don't want to imagine. So you go that road. I mean, my quote, of Will Rogers, yeah? If you are on this track where everyone sits, and on top of it, you go and repeat the same things, then of course you are going to die. Sorry, guys. ChatGPT is more intelligent than any of us. So what I want for you, what we want for you, is you to be able to do what you know, to enjoy teaching, to have the room, to have Georgina's life and Josie's life and Bev's life in this moment, to be enjoying the experience of talking to people, what we want is this experience to continue. But there is only one way, and it's not doing what ChatGPT can do better. Forget about that, because it's cheaper, it's for free. Over to you. So Josie and Mari Carmen, over to you.
Josie, go ahead, please.
I'm occupied. No, I don't know what I want to say, but I would say a lot of things, but I'd rather not. People can learn for ChatGPT, but ChatGPT cannot teach. But if people are paying thousands of euros to learn something through people and don't get it like that, I don't think they're going to get through ChatGPT. Honestly, you know, when all these new technologies, are discovered or whatever, there's two trends: oh, this is going to save our life, or oh, this is going to destroy our life, and it's just a tool.
Georgie,
so I don't think, and
ChatGPT
actually
Georgie,
this morning I was
yeah.
doing homework and I was on ChatGPT trying to learn. Actually, I learned it can speak Japanese. Of course, I didn't know that. But then I was thinking, remember those little phrase books like a long time ago to travel? There was these books with like little phrases that you could say when you went to Japan or something. And that's the only thing I got from ChatGPT this morning. Like I asked him, teach me English. What do I need to, what are the minimum number of structures and words I need in order to learn English, to speak English? But then I figured, hey, I can only use this to be practical way by saying, how do I say this? How do I say that? But that was the end of my.
But Georgie, look, this is very serious. This is very serious. You have to understand that ChatGPT can do what you can do if you are alone. This is it. So with ChatGPT, you can learn English. You have to know it. You cannot deny it. Today, ChatGPT has learned to do what the majority of teachers are doing. Our chance is to run away from this formula. So we can compare it with whatever, but tomorrow it will perfect, and it will be able to imitate a teacher.
Can you talk with ChatGPT?
Yes.
Like I know ChatGPT can like write software and like load kinds of codes, which is like really amazing. It saves up a ton of time to a lot of people. Can you talk with ChatGPT? Yes. Can he reply to you?
Yes.
Okay. Then in real life, do we talk to machines or do we talk to people?
I can't hear your voice. I can't give you live feedback.
Honestly, I prefer sometimes when I browse for information, I prefer the manners of ChatGPT than to many humans.
Bueno.
It's true. So this is very serious. What I'm telling you right now, ChatGPT has learned to do what the majority of teachers are doing. Number one. Number two, there is a way to continue this profession that ChatGPT cannot do. And you're missing it. It's not the human element. It's not that. It's that we have figured out something different. And now you can do it. So if you are necessary, you are very necessary, but not if you're going to do what ChatGPT has learned to do. Let's put it that way. So you are very necessary exactly if you are not doing what ChatGPT knows how to do. That ChatGPT knows how to do what the majority of the teachers are doing, it's a fact. That you are necessary if you don't do what ChatGPT knows how to do better, it's another fact. So my whole point is, Become aware of where the differences stand, and do not go for speaking tailored to your needs, confidence, high quality, connection, and so on and so on. Do not go for that. You are necessary, not because people will learn with you, but because you are going to accelerate the process. ChatGPT won't. You will. ChatGPT won't. You will. Be aware of the differences. Because ChatGPT can talk about more things that you can. So it's not that. I don't know. This is my opinion only. But you have to know what model are you in and who's your competitor. So it was already complex, and now we have artificial intelligence. And artificial intelligence, do you know what it is? It's not a machine. It's a machine, obviously, but it's a machine that learns how to learn. It learns. This is why it's artificial intelligence. And it's not just a robot. There is a, yes, sorry.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, I'm done.
Okay, I asked ChatGPT exactly the question that you put on the Friday Talk chat. Can students learn English with ChatGPT?
What does it say?
And it gives you 5 points that are absolutely, that, like you said, the comment that any teacher can say with, can suggest synonyms, explaining this and that, grammar and sentence structures, cultural context, reading and writing assistance. It gives 5 points of that sort, right? With the same speech. It ends up saying, well, ChatGPT can be a valuable tool for language learning. It's important to note that it may not always provide perfect or accurate responses. It's always a good idea to double check information and consult other learning resources such as textbooks or language teachers for additional support. Well, why am I saying this? So I absolutely agree that ChatGPT, just like the normal speech, standardized speech of teachers with business model 1 is the same. I do agree with that. You don't hear about acceleration. I am sure that with time, they will even say, have different accents as well. And you can actually, they will probably, make all sort of things. And there may be an hologram of a teacher talking different language and you click with accent, whatever. I don't know if that's going to happen, probably happen within some time. But even though artificial intelligence is taking over, I think natural intelligence is more intelligent, have less capacity, but more ingredients, because the emotions is at the end of the day what moves us. So ChatGPT for now and for always will not become a person no matter what, and won't accelerate because there are too many variables there. When we accelerate at Obscenity, it's a teacher that indicates, a teacher with a natural intelligence that indicates the system, whether the knowledge is acquired or not. ChatGPT won't have that. And thanks to that, we will accelerate the process with the big data that helps us. So technology plus human touch is success. GPT will only be technology. And teachers outside with business model number 1 will only be people offering the same thing. So bottom line, technology plus the human touch equals to a business model that increases your standards of living, that makes you grow as much as you want, because as we've explained before, we are bringing clients and that gives us, not the academy, not ChatGPT, a margin that makes us grow, which means making more money, as much more money as clients we bring, independently of who teaches them, since the community is keeping the margin the person who brings the client is and the community teaches. So I think that's it pretty much. That's all.
Yeah. Since we run out of time, there are 3 minutes left. I would say that the debate is very important, and it's a good idea to even go more about it, go deeper in the debate. We're going to leave it for next week, but for now, I would like you to realize that there are two models, there are two ways, and we've been advising about that for a long time now, but let me repeat. You are either offering your hours and then the negotiation goes on the price, or you are going and focusing on getting clients, and then the negotiation is going to go about the solution. Now, you are either repeating the same old, which is going to end up like students wondering what to choose, whether something similar to ChatGPT or a human, and ChatGPT is for free, or you identify the differences which we have and put them forward. And number 3, surprise your students, surprise them. Do not bite the hour hook. Do not respond, oh, that much per hour. You start telling them, you start with something such as, you don't need me, but I'm necessary if you want to accelerate your learning, and I'll tell you how. I can increase efficiency because I can understand what you know and what you don't, and then we transform this information into content for you. That's how I can accelerate you. Yeah. This is the difference. So with a different target, clients rather than hours, and a different message, your value proposition is going to be different. Your growth is going to be unlimited. Remember, guys, hours are limited. Clients are unlimited. I'd like you to remember this, and then we can continue going and talking more about the market and ChatGPT and whatever. But believe me, we've been long enough to know the market, how it goes and how it varies, and to see the elements in it clearly. So right now there are 2 models, and the chance is to be using the model that doesn't play with something limited, which is hours, but with something unlimited, which are the clients. So eventually we are sharing this model with you. Take it. This is how you can stay on the right track and not being run over, whatever. This is it. So you go for clients, you have a long life as teachers, and you will be able to teach the hours that you want. Don't focus, get rid of the limitation of the hours. This is it. This is what I'd like you to remember today. But we'll continue next week. I'll share what ChatGPT told me as well. It's very interesting.
You know, I asked him this morning, like, what would be the best pitch to generate the highest amount of leads for my website? I started like, and it gave me a lot of ideas, actually. It wasn't really that specific, but it gave a lot of ideas.
Okay, so you'll tell us next time.
Yeah, I will. But
okay.
Yeah, I will. It's a group thing we could do together, actually. That came to my mind.
Sorry, Radovan, you had raised your hand. I don't know if this was from before or you want to add something.
Yeah, I had some questions, but I guess we don't have time for that. But I was just wondering, like, I don't understand your distinction between these 2 models. Like the first model, you were offering only hours, and the second model, you were offering solutions. So why can't you, as an individual, offer the solution? And in real life, it doesn't work like that. Like, I understand the experiment, but I don't like it doesn't work like. Tell me in 1 sentence your offer. That's all. So I wouldn't say it like that in the real life. You know, in real life, I would say, I would ask questions. Okay, what do you need English for? What?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
what do you think you're? You know, I would
Radovan,
investigate.
you and 1,000 teachers. You and 1,000 teachers. That's why.
Yeah.
I mean, you would do exactly, but that's why I tell you, you would do exactly what everyone else would do. So this is not new. I mean, guys, come on, wake up. In your TEFL course, you were told once about needs analysis, and you think that when you talk about needs analysis, students are going to stop and listen and say, wow, these teachers know so much. My point is, everyone is going to start with needs analysis, ChatGPT included.
Okay, but you
These
said
are not questions.
you said like when there was a role play, you said I think Mark said, okay, you can have different teachers, and then you said, no, I want you. What do you do in that kind of situation? Or
Very good.
For example,
Exactly.
okay.
Because,
For example,
yeah.
I also use this approach, like it's not about me. Okay, I can give you advice how to improve. It's not about me, right? So you can use ChatGPT, you can listen to podcasts, you can watch movies. And a lot of people have told me like, yeah, but I need speaking practice, all right? And you cannot have speaking practice with ChatGPT. By the way, you can only chat to them. You can't talk to them, you can chat to them, all right? It's not the same thing. So I need speaking practice. I need somebody to give me feedback on my mistakes and help me improve. You know, a lot of students are aware of that. So how can I convince them? Like after that, you shouldn't just stick with me. There are a lot of more teachers they can change. You know, and they say I want one teacher, for example. So what do you do? How do you offer the solution in that case?
You're mentioning everything that is relevant, but you're starting, it's like a big circle that you're doing, and there is one thing in the very middle that you're missing. So you're going around in circles of all the important things, and you're missing the target. And the target is efficiency and acceleration. Because if we can explain that we can do that faster and how we do it, then the rest of the things are very interesting. The fact that we will have different accents, what Mark said. And I was pushing him because all these things about, he was hesitant, someone mentioned that. And it has to come, very much more natural especially when you are asking the difficult questions such as how much per hour. So the how much per hour is what students are going to tell you, to ask you again and again, and they're going to push you to that because they're used to it. And you have to break this, make them listen, and you make someone listen with something surprising. You make them listen when you tell them I'm not necessary. Not when you tell them you'll have different teachers. This comes later. It's a matter of order. So you tell them, I know how you learn a language. You can learn a language very easily. And for that, you don't need me. But I can accelerate it. And this alone, write this sentence down. Write it, guys, write it. And test it.
So you tell them you don't need me, but if you want to accelerate, you need me, right?
That's it.
After that, you tell them you don't need me. You can have other teachers.
That's it.
So you need me to accelerate, but actually you don't need me.
Exactly. You need the figure of a teacher, not myself. There is a difference.
But they want, like, I want to teach with you. I want one teacher. Like, what do you do then? Like, what do you do then? After that,
then you think to yourself, maybe you're not going to be the one that I'm going to get for open web classes. Shame. Oh, right. So you're the one that I'm going to have to commit my hour to. So here I'm selling my hours. All right, it's a shame, but you have to know it. So there will be people, and Maria will tell you, that are going to understand the other argument of efficiency, of shared price, etc., etc. And then you will thinking, oh my God, I just got a client. Yay, I just got a client. With the other guy, with the difficult guy, the one that I was playing, you will think, shame, she just wants an hour. I'm going to have to commit my hour. You see? So as long as you're
Like,
aware.
what do you do in that kind of situation? You know, what do you
Nothing.
do if you
Nothing.
have this kind of complaint?
If
this
you have
kind
this
of
client, the only thing you can decide is the price. What will you do? Tell me. You tell me what you will do. Nothing.
I'm asking you. I don't know what's the strategy. Like, well, I
The
mean,
strategy
I'm wondering.
is the strategy is to know that, okay, so you can say, look, I can, of course, I can.
Asking you, sorry, I'm not asking you to convince me that this model is bad, but how can I convince them?
Yes.
Right.
So you will
that's
tell
what
them,
I'm
okay,
asking.
yeah. So you'll
What
tell
should
them,
I
look,
tell them if they tell me like that?
you
Oh,
should
I don't
you
like
should
the
tell
idea. I
them,
want
yeah. You should tell them exactly this. Look, I can teach you, and my rate per hour is 25, say. You see, my hour is 25. This is it. So, but I also developed this other, you can try this other option, which is more affordable and allows you to, we group you with one or two more people that, and we achieve the same acceleration or even more, and you will have all these benefits. But then you tell them what your rate is.
Yeah, somebody already said that during the experiment. So I don't know who. But...
Probably Mark. It was probably Mark. But he's used to me challenging him, so he's not bothered.
Yeah,
Don't
but
worry.
what was the problem? You said after that, like, nobody said anything special. But yeah, now, like, what was the problem with Mark's explanation then?
What was the problem? You tell me.
Yeah,
what was the
I'm
problem
asking
with it?
you. I don't know. I'm asking you.
The problem with Mark's explanation is that that after Mark, Luis came and Luis lowered the price. And then Sergey came and Sergey lowered the price. And then Radovan came and Radovan lowered the price. And then Samantha came and Samantha lowered the price. That was the only problem with Mark's explanation. Nothing more.
Okay.
So it wasn't a problem. It's just that there was someone cheaper.
Yeah. So if they want one teacher, you know, they would just look for someone who is cheaper, right? There is no way to convince them to, I don't know, to take the second option. Like,
you have to know what game you're playing, whether you're playing the hour game, the rate game, or the client game. And then there will be clients that will understand and that become your clients, and there are clients that are going to go for the cheapest option, full stop. Little you can do about that.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, I was just wondering, like, what's your approach, or what's your advice in that case, you know, or like, what are the steps of...
It's just them, but don't worry, because we will be practicing more in our next Friday talk. We'll go for more practices like that.
Okay, sorry for taking a lot of time.
No, it was brilliant. It was brilliant. I want people to ask the questions that they don't understand, because that's how we grow. I wish more people did that, honestly.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you too. Okay, guys, well, time to go, but we'll continue next week.